Leviticus chapter 26. Ye shall make yourselves no idols, neither rear you up for yourselves carved image or statue, nor shall ye set up a figured stone in your land to bow down unto it, for I am Jehovah your God. Ye shall observe my Sabbaths, and my sanctuary shall ye reverence. I am Jehovah. If ye walk in my statutes, and observe my commandments, and do them, then I will give you rain in the season thereof, and the land shall yield its produce, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit. And your threshing shall reach unto the vintage, and the vintage shall reach unto the sowing time. And ye shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land securely. And I will give peace in the land, and ye shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid. And I will put away the evil beasts out of the land, and the sword shall not go through your land. And ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. And your enemies shall fall beside you by the sword. And I will turn my face towards you, and make you fruitful, and multiply you, and establish my covenant with you. And ye shall eat old store, and clear away the old because of the new. And I will set my habitation among you, and my soul shall not abhor you. And I will walk among you, and will be your God, and ye shall be to me a people. I am Jehovah your God, who brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, that ye should not be their bondmen. And I have broken the bands of your yoke, and made you walk upright. But if ye hearken not unto me, and do not all these commandments, and if ye shall despise my statutes, and if your soul shall abhor mine ordinances, so that ye do not all my commandments, that ye break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and fever, which shall cause the eyes to fail, and the soul to waste away. And ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it. And I will set my face against you, that ye may be routed before your enemies. They that hate you shall have dominion over you, and ye shall flee when none pursueth you. And if for this ye hearken not unto me, I will punish you sevenfold more for your sins, and I will break the arrogance of your power, and I will make your heaven as iron, and your earth as bronze, and your strength shall be spent in vain, and your land shall not yield its produce, and the trees of the field shall not yield their fruit. And if you walk contrary unto me, and will not hearken unto me, I will bring sevenfold more plagues upon you according to your sins. And I will send the beasts of the field among you, that they may rob you of your children, and cut off your cattle, and make you few in number, and your streets shall be desolate. And if ye will not be disciplined by me through these, but walk contrary unto me, then will I also walk contrary unto you, and will smite you, even I, sevenfold for your sins. And I will bring a sword upon you, that avengeth with the vengeance of the covenant. And ye shall be gathered together into your cities, and I will send a pestilence among you, and ye shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy. When I break the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and shall deliver you the bread again by weight, and ye shall eat, and not be satisfied. And if for this ye hearken not to me, but walk contrary unto me, then I will walk contrary unto you also in fury. And I, even I, will chastise you sevenfold for your sins. And ye shall eat the flesh of your sons, and the flesh of your daughters shall ye eat. And I will lay waste your high places, and cut down your sun pillars, and cast your carcasses upon the carcasses of your idols, and my soul shall abhor you. And I will lay waste your cities, and desolate your sanctuaries, and I will not smell your sweet odours, and I will bring the land into desolation, that your enemies who dwell therein may be astonished at it. And I will scatter you among the nations, and will draw out the sword after you, and your land shall be desolation, and your cities waste. Then shall the land enjoy its Sabbaths all the days of the desolation, when ye are in your enemy's land. Then shall the land rest, and enjoy its Sabbaths. All the days of the desolation it shall rest, the days in which it did not rest on your Sabbaths, when ye dwelt therein. And as to those that remain of you, I will send faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies, that the sound of a driven leaf shall chase them, and they shall flee, as fleeing from a sword, and they shall fall when none pursueth, and they shall stumble one over another, as it were before a sword, when none pursueth. And ye shall have no power to stand before your enemies, and ye shall perish among the nations, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. And they that remain of you shall waste away through their iniquity in your enemies' lands, and also through the iniquities of their fathers shall they waste away with them. And they shall confess their iniquity, and the iniquity of their fathers, through their unfaithfulness wherein they were unfaithful to me, and also that they have walked contrary unto me, so that I also walked contrary unto them, and brought them into the land of their enemies. If then their uncircumcised heart be humbled, and they then accept the punishment of their iniquity, I will remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham will I remember. And I will remember the land, for the land shall be left by them, and shall enjoy its Sabbaths, when it is in desolation without them. And they shall accept the punishment of their iniquity, because they despise my judgments, and their soul abhorred my statutes. And yet for all that, when they are in the land of their enemies, I will not despise them, and will not abhor them, to make an end of them utterly, to break my covenant with them, for I am Jehovah their God. But I will remember toward them the covenant with their ancestors, whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt before the eyes of the nations, that I might be their God. I am Jehovah. These are the statutes and the ordinances and laws which Jehovah made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.